Good morning. I'm just holding this with my hand. I was actually right in the middle of meditating and praying, whatever word you'd like to call it when you go within. And something came to me so profound that I knew in my heart that it was for the collective. It's for everyone. So, we are living in very defensive times right now. And when we're hurt and we're triggered by things, we have a tendency to see things as personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. Hear that again, an opportunity for healing. We need to drop our defenses and stop seeing things outside of ourselves as right or wrong. That's finding the truth in this time that we're in. And I'm sorry, but I am looking at my notes because I jotted them down because I did not want to lose my space in this moment or the momentum or the frequency that it's in right now. And I hope that you can feel it. As souls, as beautiful divine light beings, we intrinsically remember the unity and we yearn for it on earth. It's totally normal and natural. We all understand this. I know this resonates with you. And maybe this is why it hurts so deeply when we encounter the opposite. What feels like divisiveness, what feels like non-unity. But it's very important that we remember that we cannot simply bypass the reality. The little r reality, I will admit that. It's not the R with a capital R. But the little reality here on Earth's plane, we cannot bypass that and pretend. See, this is something I think that occurs with enlightened beings a lot. And I'll be real bare and naked with you right now. I used to use a term called the Rainbow and Lollipop Guild. And it was not a nice term. It was in my lack of understanding and compassion. And my lack of perceiving that I had all that within me. But I wasn't using it. And one of the things that used to get to me, and it had me in that space, that I fully stand on the other side of it right now, was that it seemed to appear that these people that were enlightened were doing this thing where they were pretending that unity, love, and forgiveness are already here, like in a little r way on Earth. And that is something that you can't do either. There's a balance in this. And I've come to the other side of it and I can see it clearly, and this is killing my arm. I don't know. My arm is like going, you're not going to hold this phone up the whole time, are you? Yes, I am. My arm might be killing, but I'm doing it. Okay? This is one of the greatest challenges for us as souls, starseeds, light bearers, is to get this perspective balanced. To bring about unity, we must acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world, personally, ancestrally, collectively, in all ways, have created this divisiveness, the shadows, the hate, the wounds, the separation, the severing, all the wrongs and the sadness. And that is what I wanted to bring to you this morning. So please hear my heart and know that I am in this path as well. It's very important that we see the unity, that we feel the unity, that we live it within. But this is something that I have seen. I have seen it. It was legitimate. I've seen people, there's another term someone called it, and I loved this term. A beautiful sister of mine called it toxic positivity. And that's where we're just pretending that what we feel and what we yearn for inside is already here, and just basically ignoring the fact that these things are going on all around us in the co-creation. By ignoring, turning your back to these things and pretending they're not there, you're giving it power. You're saying that it has power. This is a time of inclusion. This is a time of bringing everything home within the kingdom and loving it and restoring it to its unity state. So pretending that it isn't here by living in your own little positivity bubble is just more division. But also not acknowledging that we have the power in our belief, in our ability to act on that belief, give it our energy, if we believe and see the unity and live it within our kingdoms, that we can bring it. And that's what we're here doing. So there's a balance here, my beloveds. I hope this makes sense. It sure hit me hard this morning, and I thought it was wonderful and beautiful. So what was that statement again? I don't know. I lost it. But anyways, I'm not going to look back because I don't want to mess around with my notes and get off the subject. To recognize our part, both unconsciously, both in our ancestral, collective, and personal selves. This creation in the duality of damage that we've caused to one another. And right these things by going within and seeing things in this balance. And I would like to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm aware of my part in it, fully aware of it. And I would ask for your forgiveness, which in that word in my vocabulary now means giving to me before it actually appears, your love, your grace, and your heart. So I ask for your forgiveness, and I tell you that I love you, and I thank you for everything that you're doing, and I thank myself for everything that I'm doing, and I am grateful for you today. So let's begin to see this divisive nature and these hurts that we've all felt. I will be honest with you. I've recently come through something that was devastatingly painful to me. And I did begin the process looking to the outside, finding divisiveness. It was a process, it was breadcrumbs, but it led me to this loaf of understanding that as starseeds, lighted ones, souls that are true from our Mother, Father, God, that we understand we're made from unity. So of course we yearn for it. So let's work together to find the balance between believing and walking it in our kingdom in truth and reality, but not pretending that it's not still being co-created around us. It's an interesting balance, but we can do it. We're amazing, and I know it. I love you so much. I want you to have a wonderful day. I send my heart to you, and I receive your heart back to me. And I love you so much. Talk soon. Oh, it's shaky a little bit. I said in the first part of my video that I was going to look at my notes, but I didn't want to interrupt the moment. And as I was putting things away, I saw the space where I wanted to look, and I glanced down on it, and it's really important. So I'm going to add this to the end of the clip. I'm just going to splice it and put it to the end of this video. So here it is. Okay. We need to find a way to drop the armor around our hearts and see things as they truly are for all people. To say that I'm sorry with an open heart, and mean it. Be specific if needs be. If there's areas and loved ones in your life that this has come about and you saw it as something to hide from, something to guard your heart from. If you pulled yourself away and you're alone and you're not trusting, love always trusts, love always hopes. If that's the space that you've come in, we need to find a way to drop that armor in our heart and mean it. To be a part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of the inherited conflict, oppression, and pain and divisiveness. This is not about blame. It's never been about that. It will never be about it. That's not what I'm speaking of at all. It's not about blame at all. It's about unwinding the pattern. That was what the big one. It's about unwinding the pattern that got us here. Open your hearts, beloved. I've just recently been offered an opportunity to trust. And I can tell you, in the beginning of it, it felt a little daunting because of this very thing that I'm speaking of. Drop the armor. Open your heart. Say I'm sorry with specifics and mean it. Anyone who's listening to this, if I have any offense in your heart that you still hold, please contact me. Be specific. And I will be specific in my sorry, open heart towards you, because I dang well want to be a part of the pattern of healing rather than the pain and the hurt. I want to get this. I want to do this. I want to be part of this. Love you so much.